Hi everybody, Rochelle here from Quebec CICHLIDS. Today I'm going to be answering the question, how many Aulonocara peacock cichlids can you keep in an aquarium? Stay tuned! Before we get started, I want to take a little moment to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I post new fish keeping videos on every Thursday, so subscribe to make sure not to miss a single one. Also, if you're new to the channel, I've been at this every week for the past 2 years, so there is a lot of fish keeping videos that you're gonna have to watch after this one. So enjoy, and now back to the subject. This is my second video on the subject of how many fish to keep in an aquarium, because there is not one rule to rule them all. My previous one was about the mbunas, so if ever you're looking for that, I'll link it in the video and in the video description as well. Because just saying that 1 inch per gallon, I mean, that doesn't make sense. It's so simplistic and it doesn't help us out a lot, especially for us African cichlid keepers. Because let's face it, Aulonocara can grow up to 5-6 inches. Would you consider keeping one in a 5-6 gallon tank? It's ridiculous. There are some minimum requirements that you are going to have to learn and respect. Keep Aulonocara in a 55-gallon tank or more. Anything smaller might result in dwarfism or increased aggression between your fish. Ideally, keep them in a 75-gallon or more tank. Then you can start really having fun. The bigger your aquarium, the more your fish will thank you by displaying beautiful colors and even breeding if you choose to add females in with them. They will also always be so happy to see you and come see you and try to manipulate you into giving them a couple more pellets. Don't let them fool you. They've already eaten and you probably fed too much, so. You might have heard of some aquarists who have had success in keeping them in smaller tanks, smaller than 55 gallons. And the goal of this video, let's just make this clear right now, the goal of this video is not to tell you what you can do and might work. I'm telling you how to create the ideal environment for your fish. So unlike the mbunas, you don't have to keep a minimum amount of fish in your tank. Well, don't just put 2. Let's say you want to breed them couples. That doesn't work out for any Lake Malawi cichlids. But you could keep, let's say, 4 fish in an aquarium and be successful. But honestly, it's physically impossible for any human being to only buy 4 fish to put in a 55-gallon tank. That's scientifically proven. A healthy minimum amount is 5 or 6 fish. But keep in mind that the more fish you have, the less aggressive they will be. But also keep in mind that the more fish you have, the more you are feeding and the more excrements come out. So you'd have to modify your weekly maintenance routine by making bigger water changes, like instead of 25%, you'd make 33% water changes. Simple as that. If you get a python, it's so much easier. So check those out. I made a video about how to make water changes with those. It's a great product. You'll thank me later. There's no right or wrong female to male ratio. It all depends on what you're trying to accomplish in your aquarium. A breeder tank is when you take one species of Aulonocara and decide to breed that one. So you would add 1 or more males for a school of females. I'm not going to give exact numbers because there's no right or wrong answer. Obviously, the males are a lot more colorful, so as aquarists, we're always tempted to add more. In my experience with multiple males in the same breeder tank, I've had the most success when I had 1 bigger male and a couple of smaller ones. That's the case in my OB tank. When the smaller males attained their maturity, the larger male felt threatened. He wanted to stay the alpha. So he started breeding like crazy, and I've had a lot of success with this tank since then. On the contrary, by adding many males of the same size, I've had poor success rates. Usually, the dominant male will beat up the second or third in line, and they won't be displaying any colors, they won't be happy. You'll be miserable looking at them be miserable. And in all my cases where I've tried that, and I've tried this so many times, because I always wanted more males, I figured it's technically better because they would have competition, but I have had no success with it. In my store, what I would do, I would put a couple males in. Once a dominant male has really shown himself, has started breeding with the females, I will take the two bettas out, ideally before they start really deteriorating, and I'll put them in another aquarium, either a show tank or a for sale tank with other fish, just to find them a better home. In your case, if you have a breeding tank, you probably also have a show tank. So just take out the dominated one and put him in the show tank, and he'll be a lot happier. For your show tank, or if you're just not into breeding and you just want one beautiful peacock aquarium, you're probably going to end up putting only males or mainly males. And that's fine. For a more peaceful aquarium, 100% males is the best shot for you. Each and every fish is so colorful. They show a wide variety of colors, and every fish that you will choose, that you will buy, will be a piece of art for your aquarium. Contrary to popular belief, adding a couple of females in your male-only show tank will not cause harm to anybody. Of course, once in a while, you might have some mixed breeding happening. You'll notice one of your males go crazy and want to breed and get a little more aggressive, but this doesn't last too long. I've already witnessed in some aquariums some free-for-all arena-style fights just to breed with the female, but that lasts a day or two, and once the victor has been declared, by victor I mean they did not kill everyone else, not the Game of Thrones style arena fights, just like a nice, friendly arena fight. Anyways, so once the victor is declared, they bred with the fish, the female, well, peace will return to your aquarium. Do not worry, this will not happen every single time you have a non-pregnant female in the tank. It just happens once in a while, and it's pretty entertaining, but if this happens, just watch them, make sure nobody gets really hurt. For quantity, keep 10 to 12 Aulonocara per 50 gallons of water. The more fish you add to your tank, the more harmonious it'll be, but the more water changes you'll have to do, as I mentioned earlier. So instead of making a 25% water change each week, make a 33% water change each week. If you're changing the water every 2 to 3 weeks, yeah, you might want to start changing it every week. If you want to learn more about why you have to make water changes and about the water parameters, one of my first videos is about this, so I will link that in the video description for you to watch later. If you choose to overpopulate, meaning 11 or 12 fish or more per 50 gallons of water, filter accordingly. Already, African cichlids need a little bit more filtration than the regular tropical fish. If you're overpopulating, get that extra filter you were considering. You're gonna need it. We do this to have a more solid ecosystem, meaning that there won't be any ammonia or nitrite spikes if you add that extra filter. Also, if you add more fish, you're gonna have to oxygenate that water. So usually adding that extra filter will do. If not, you can add a sponge filter. You can also add a circulation pump or a bubbler to help you out. If you notice your fish are swimming at the top of the water and are looking for their breath, that's usually a sign that they are lacking oxygen. If you're at that point, act fast. Respect your fish's minimum requirements, have good filtration, and have a good water change routine. With all of this, you'll be able to keep your fish a very long time. If ever, after everything I've said, you're having problems with aggression in your tank, fish bullies, I made a video that might be able to help you out. I'll link it in the video description for later. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was able to help you. If you like this video, there is plenty more where that came from. I post a new video on every Thursday. So subscribe to my channel and make sure not to miss a single one. If you want more fishy content in between my weekly videos, well, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and I have a great website where you can shop online and see all the fish I have for sale. I ship throughout Canada. If you like this fabulous Cichlid Geek t-shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it on my Teespring store. Fish Geek is also available. The t-shirts ship out worldwide. Every single sale that I make helps me out a lot and encourages me to continue making these videos every week. So thank you to everyone who supports me on my Teespring store and in my actual physical store. You guys are the best. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!